Hi everybody. My third time trying this just intro. Anyway, hi. Numbers. I saw when I first went to the surgeon's office, which was December sometime. I want to say it was mid-December. It wasn't towards Christmas or New Year's at all. I was 338. Went in today, about a month later. I was 328, so I lost 10 pounds. Not trying to or anything, especially since last week, on the 17th, or 2 weeks ago, I went to the orientation, and the surgeon said, don't lose weight until I tell you to. And so I was actually trying to gain weight because since my BMI was kind of getting to its normal number, my weight to its normal number, I think I said in my last video. I was kind of getting back to my normal weight, which I had been for a while. In the 320s is where I've always kind of been, and it's kind of where my body, kind of stays. So anyway, went in today. I was down 10 pounds, which is nice. When I was really nervous, worried about seeing the surgeon, worried he was going to say I wasn't big enough, or worried that he was going to say he didn't think surgery was the right option for me and I should try it other ways or something. What I got was the complete and utter opposite. My fiance came with me. He was nice enough to come with me, and I really was glad he did because I had a very emotional day. I ended up crying a lot, which I didn't think was going to happen. I thought I was going to be fine. I was going to be strong. I was going to mention that my parents had passed away, but I wasn't going to, try and make a big deal out of it. That flew all right out the window. We started talking. He mentioned to me, he said, which procedure are you considering? And I told him the lap band because, gastric bypass for me is not an option for me because I don't believe in rerouting, your whole body. I mean, not that putting something in, like the band, or even the sleeve where you just take part of the stomach away, it still leaves your natural body kind of, the way, I guess you could say, the way God intended it to be. You have your stomach, you have your intestines, and it flows the way it flows. And, to me, this is my personal opinion, gastric bypass is not natural, I guess. And also to me, I was thinking it's more of a, I know I'm a big girl. I know I am. But I don't think I'm, completely huge and can't fit in a car seat and can't walk through the door. I mean, I don't mean to offend anybody, but when I think of gastric bypass, I think of people having that procedure who are much larger than me, whose BMI is 50, 60 even. So, the fact that he was kind of pushing gastric bypass kind of down my throat made me feel very uncomfortable. I'm sure he was just trying to be direct and straightforward, but pretty much he said that I'm really big and he doesn't believe lap band would work on me. And it just like, boom, flashback to grade school when I started gaining weight and all the kids were telling me I was too big, and it just the floodgates opened. And I had mentioned, well, recently I'd gained a lot of weight because of my parents passing away, and I was going up and down and things like that. And he still said, as far as it goes, and he had said this in the orientation, so I shouldn't have been that surprised, but it really hit me on an emotional level. He said, women don't lose weight as fast as men do. They lose it in a different way. That the band really works better for men. It's not recommended for women. And when he started saying all these things, I mean, the first thing that goes through my mind is the YouTube community and all the women and the lovely women that I've seen, who have succeeded, and the women who are just starting out. But then also I went to the women who are out there who are having struggles. And in my mind, I think I went to weight loss surgery isn't easy. It's not easy, but the lap band could be an easier answer. If I wanted to cheat and have some cookies drenched in milk, I could, because it wouldn't affect me. And I don't know if the gastric bypass, I know, what scares me is the whole dumping thing and the whole, just the rapid weight loss. I mean, I've heard of people losing 100 pounds in 6 months, and the effect it has on your body and the excess skin. And, he was trying to get me, don't think just about the results and don't think about the cons, think about the fact that you're changing your life. And he kept mentioning, like, you have to think of it as a disease, which I guess you kind of do, but I mean, for me, it's more of an addiction than it is a disease. But he was saying, if you had, breast cancer and it was spreading, you wouldn't, just leave your breast alone, would you? And I was kind of like, well, no, but, that's something on the outside. Taking away my stomach or rerouting my stomach on the inside is a little different. So I told him the only other procedure that I would have possibly considered would be the gastric sleeve. I think it's called VSG, but I'm not positive. So I'm starting to look into that as well. But he was really pushing the gastric bypass, and I was just kind of like, you know what, that's not for me. It's not what I want. He had said that, it was ultimately my decision, and if I said it's lap band or nothing, then, obviously he's going to do the lap band. He's not going to leave me with no option and say, you know what, you don't get a choice. He's not going to do that. He can't do that. It's my insurance company that's paying for it. So, I can kind of see his point, though, because, excuse me, my nose itches, because he was talking about, portion control, and I think I eat pretty big portions, but when I compare them to, like, what my fiance eats, he's a normal-sized guy, I would have to say. I mean, he's, got a little bit of a gut, but it's not anything huge. But because he burns his, he works at night, and he's moving around a lot, so he burns off a lot of what he eats, and his energy level is different. And there was piece of paper that the surgeon had given me in the orientation saying that men burn, it's like women in an hour can burn 240 and men will burn 300, and that's just the way it is because men burn it faster. So he was saying that lap band works better because for men it takes away that packing away 3 cheeseburgers instead of just 1. I mean, I can stuff myself. I can stuff myself to the best of anybody, and I think anybody can. And it's that cheating, I guess, doing the slider foods, the milkshakes and stuff like that can get you in trouble. And, following, as Bandage Wendy always says, following those rules. So, what procedure I'm going to do is kind of up in the air up there. I'm researching other things. He still would prefer to see me do gastric bypass. I said no way. It's not an option for me. I am looking into the sleeve as opposed to the band. But, it hasn't been around very long. There's things as well, complications that go along with that. Thinking about putting something foreign in my body is a lot different than taking something out of my body. I could put something in and then have it taken out, but taking something out and not being able to replace it is kind of scary. So anyway, that was my, emotionally, I'm like flatlined. I'm all over the place. I don't know what I'm doing. It feels like I've started from square one all over again. So up in the top there, this side I think, it says Lauraslovelylapband, but that may change. I have no idea. So I don't know what I'm doing now. I'm following the steps, and the steps are, let me show you guys. So they gave me this. It is, it's a checklist. All the stuff I have to do. An echo, EKG, all that lovely stuff. All that stuff that I have to do. And then here's another version of it. It's where's the camera? So my weight, I'm supposed to lose 30 pounds. I think that's something I didn't tell you guys. Chest x-ray, all that stuff. All that lovely stuff that I have to do. They also gave me this packet. That's how big it is. That's how big it is. It's got all this information in it about stuff that I need to do and tests that I have to do. Then they also gave me this. Let's see. Living a lighter lifestyle. I'm supposed to read it. And then I have to answer questions. It's like being in school again. So, anyway, it's an open book test. So it's not like I'm going to be in a classroom taking a test. But, you know, they want you to understand, you know, it is a lifestyle change. And I understand that. And I know that my whole life is going to change. But I think I've been going since, I want to say November, on the fact that I was going to have the lap band. And I still can. But it's kind of like there's that seed of doubt in there in my brain. He planted that seed of doubt in my brain, saying, well, is that really what you want? You know, things can happen. And my fiance said that he thinks I was just going in there, and I expected to have a lot of support from my surgeon in my decision. And what I really got was just like, no, that's not going to work for you. You don't have the willpower to do it. You can't do it. You won't do it. So do this one. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know. And it's so confusing. And so right now I'm just going to go through the steps, get all the stuff that I need to do to have a surgery. And whatever that surgery is, I guess I'll figure out later. So anyway, just wanted to update you guys. Hope you have a good week, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.